My name is Avery Timpson, and despite my youth, I have found peace at a young age in following my purpose. My goal in each and every one of my videos is to help others build a better life. I know that I have much more to learn about this world, but I also believe that I have a lot of value that I can bring to many people. That being said, in today's video, we are going to discuss the top 5 negative habits. If you break these habits, it will set you miles apart from the competition. The truth is that many people may allow their potential to be nullified by participating in these habits. I see that these 5 habits are the most common and most detrimental in today's world. That's why I strongly believe that if you live a life absent of these habits, you will grow at an exponential rate compared to the others around you. So stay tuned and lock in. I'm going to give you everything that you need in order to kick these habits to the curb. You see, years ago, I thought that I was in control of my life. But the truth was, this was just an illusion. My body was the thing that was in control of me. Every craving, every escape, every comfort, it called and I answered. I thought I was relaxing or living because everyone around me was doing the same. But I was slowly dying and wasting away my potential. If you feel lost, unmotivated, or distracted, this video is for you. Each and every one of the habits that I discuss in this video, at one point in my life, they controlled me. Before I got rid of these habits, I was caught in the same cycle that millions of men and women are caught in today. Their bodies far too addicted to pleasure and a mind too weak to fight back. But what I didn't realize when I was addicted to these habits is the amount of strength that I was losing because of them. So today, I'm going to one by one show you the habits that I removed from my life in order to rebuild my drive, my body, and my mind. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to start taking back your life. We're going to start off with the one that nobody wants to admit or talk about: pornography and self-pleasure. What most people don't realize is that it's not just a guilty pleasure, and you don't get away with it just because the door is shut. It's self-sabotage on a biological level. You got me pulling out the notes now. Here's what the science says. Researchers in Germany found that men who consume porn literally have less gray matter in their reward centers, the part of their brain that drives motivation and reward. Your dopamine system, the same one that fuels ambition, drive, and focus, becomes desensitized. You need more stimulation to feel the same reward, but reality never hits as hard as the screen. If you think about that for just one moment, that time that you used to consider self-pleasure is now under the category of self-castration. It literally dulls your drive, ambition, and focus. And look around you. What are you missing? What are the people around you missing? Is it not those exact 3 things? And it doesn't stop there either, at least not for the boys. Every time that you crank one out, your body signals the drop of testosterone. Even short-term abstinence from self-pleasure has been proven to increase your testosterone, leading to more focus, more energy, and even better posture. So when you partake in this activity, you are not relieving stress. It's simply a lie that you tell yourself to avoid the fact that you're castrating your mind and your body. You're biologically setting yourself back miles compared to what you could be. Your vitality, your confidence, even your eye contact all weakens. If you feel like you're at war with your mind, indecisive and unsure, it's probably because you keep surrendering all of your weapons. Reclaiming control of your sexual energy is the foundation of power. When you stop releasing it, it transforms. It becomes creativity, focus, and drive. I cannot stress enough how much removing this from my life has benefited me personally. Most people, myself included, will find a new version of themselves just by removing this one alone. The next one that prevents at least 50% of people from becoming high functioning individuals is substance abuse. You probably saw this one coming. Weed, alcohol, and even over the counter medication all have a place in destroying our lives. I get it. I truly do. You might be relaxing or just outsourcing your pain, but the truth is, you're surrendering your peace to poison. At one point in my life, I was addicted to marijuana, alcohol, nicotine, cocaine, and ecstasy all at the same time. The only reason I say this is to empathize with the people who are running from their problems and using these drugs to numb the pain. I'm here to remind you that in reality, these vices only deepen the pain. It simply gives the illusion of pleasure, even though your mind and body are rotting. Even the more common drugs that many people feel fine doing, like alcohol or marijuana, because the general populace doesn't shame them nearly as much as methamphetamines, these still have a detrimental impact on your life, and removing them gives you the opportunity to reach your full potential. Regular use of marijuana and alcohol both crush your testosterone. And despite what you may believe, this is important for both males and females. Even sleep medication, ibuprofen, they all have an effect on the body that is an overall net negative. They mess with your hormonal and neurological pathways, and the truth is, they're absolutely unnecessary when you begin to take care of your body. You see, you don't have anxiety because your life is too much. You have anxiety because you're addicted to escape. Ever since I started smoking marijuana, I had convinced myself that I needed it in order to sleep. Every time I tried to quit, I wouldn't sleep for days. When I finally did kick the habit for good, I didn't sleep for 5 days straight. Most people convince themselves that it's necessary in order to function, but it's simply withdrawal. It's your body clawing at you to go back to its old ways. Once I had won the battle, I realized that I never needed weed. I simply needed more of myself. The peace that you are looking for by abusing these substances does not come from within them. It comes from mastering your mind and your body. If you are able to escape the trap, thinking that alcohol should be drinking socially and often, or thinking that weed has some sort of health benefit for 99% of the population, then you may be freed. You will soon begin to realize how powerful you become without them. The third negative habit that killed my drive and is the highest contributing factor to death across the world is poor diet. We've been lied to since childhood. Breakfast cereal, energy drinks, snack bars, all addictive dopamine bombs. They are designed to keep you hooked and inflamed. And if you didn't know, inflammation is the root cause of nearly all death. The chronic inflammation that is caused from consuming these foods for your entire life is exactly what keeps so many people sick and unhealthy. Sugars and refined carbs don't just make you fat, they wreck your hormones. They spike your insulin and temporarily drop your testosterone. If you're doing this daily, then you're always on a low. Over time, that's a recipe for fatigue, brain fog, and low sex drive. Fun fact, the brand Kellogg cereals was originally created to lower the sex drive of children. That, along with a plethora of other lies, is exactly what keeps us dumb and weak. I'm sure you've heard this one, but processed seed oils can be even worse. Despite them being found in literally everything, it's essentially poison to the human body. They're very high in linoleic acid, which causes oxidative stress and reduces androgen receptor activity. What's important for you to understand is that even if you have something beneficial like testosterone, seed oils make your body not even able to use it properly. If you are able to remove sugar, refined carbs, and seed oils from your diet, you will find that you are far, far healthier than you've ever been in your entire life. After doing this, my energy tripled, my skin cleared, and my recovery skyrocketed. Simply put, you can't build a warrior's body on a slave diet. If you are fueling your machine with junk, don't be surprised when it performs like junk. Now let's talk about the biggest addiction of the modern age. I'm almost positive you already know this, but TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, they're all engineered dopamine traps. Every swipe teaches your brain to crave novelty over depth, reaction over creation. There are studies that show that social media abuse literally reshapes the mind. These studies found less gray areas tied to attention and motivation in the individuals that excessively use social media. Simply put, you're teaching your brain to forget how to operate outside of the screen. Something that struck me a long time ago is that many luxury car brands don't advertise on TV simply because of the fact that their buyers don't watch TV. If you want to improve your life and reach your full potential, then the first step is to stop dulling your reward pathways. If you want to reach the 1% in any aspect of life, then you can't think like the other 99. While you're scrolling, someone else is building a foundation. While you're consuming, someone else is creating. If you do the math, most people spend hundreds of hours a year wasting time behind a screen. Not only could this time have been spent creating, mastering, and working, but what it was spent on was tearing your mind apart. The last thing that I want to talk about is not necessarily a physical change. It's the things that you're doing in your mind, the things that you fall enslaved to, and time again keep falling back to because of the fact that it's what makes you comfortable. I'm referring to the doubt that you put upon yourself to avoid the fear of facing challenges. I'm referring to the negative self-talk that prevents you from accepting opportunities as they come. You see, most people don't see this as an addiction, and it's exactly why it's so dangerous. If you cannot remove the negative self-talk from your life, you may never feel deserving of a better future. The reason that you are emotionally addicted to this negative self-talk is because you're afraid of who you could be. You're afraid that if you stop talking this way and begin to move towards what you truly want in life, that failure is just around the corner. You're afraid of being humiliated and judged by others. But the truth is, the path of self-hatred, the addiction of running from your true potential, is exactly what will bring that fear to life. You must understand that the negative voices in your head are not law. They are controllable. And if you're willing to take responsibility for them, you can alter your reality. This addiction in and of itself is exactly what separates the 99 from the 1%. If you are able to accept this responsibility, you won't just find that your life begins to improve, but that you begin to flow in harmony with the universe around you. Every one of the habits that I've talked about today come from the inability of saying no. It's not necessarily a lack of motivation, you just don't know how to set boundaries. You may think that you're living free, but in reality, it's enslavement. Enslavement to your body, comfort, and addiction. Every time you give in, you allow your body to be the boss. But when you take control, every time you fight back, you begin to teach your mind and body alike that you are in command. Freedom does not come from doing everything that you want. It comes from mastering the things that you crave. When you begin to say no to these impulses, your mind clears, your body responds, and you begin to feel alive again. Naturally, you'll start to do the things that benefit you. You'll wake up earlier, you'll eat good food, you'll get outside more, and eventually, you'll start to see real growth. You'll stop chasing dopamine and begin to earn it. And in that moment, you'll become something very rare in this modern world. A person in control of themselves. Addiction is not damnation. It's just a test. A fire meant to melt your chains. The only question is, will you walk through the fire hot enough to set you free? Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. If you like content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And if you got anything good or bad to say, let me know down in the comment section below. I really appreciate you guys watching till the end, and I really hope that you found some value out of my words today. God bless, and good luck.